So not terrible. But let's please click off the chat just for a second. Marcus, D Town was popping. Jordan, everybody. So these are live chat replay. I'll leave it up there for now. This part.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's very hard to say because I would never want to impose my views on anybody else. But my heart just breaks for people who are in that predicament and have to make that very, very tough decision.
Yeah, it's astounding. What were the numbers? Wasn't it in the millions for the clinics as opposed to? So we're talking about baby deletion rates right now here, right? What I think it was, what, 6,000 187s.
Yeah,
You know,
it's not even close.
But isn't it a fact that you men brag about buying these abortions, sending chicks to the clinic when sex is supposed to be about reproduction? You know what I'm saying? So we've been talking, it's real cute to come up here and say what you think from the outside looking in, and then you mess around and hit 25 to 27, you end up pregnant and single, before you know it. Because I heard a lot of women say what Lucky said, and that's just a fact. I will never do this, I'll never do that. Next thing you know, you pregnant. Not only with one kid, but 2 kids by 2 different daddies,
Mm-hmm.
But we talk about the effect, but we don't talk about the cause. It's the men shooting the sperm. You know what I'm saying? It's the men shooting the sperm in these women. There's not an effect without a cause. And a lot of men.
Hold on. Let me ask just a couple clarifying questions. Y'all can jump in.
Okay.
So sis was saying what she was saying, right? What do you guys think about what she was saying? You end up single and pregnant 25, 26. It's easy to say, but much harder to live by. Is that the reality? This threw me off a little bit. Because sis jumped in windmilling. And I'm like, we were talking about stereotypes that we would need to address. Nobody was really saying, this is what it is, get your shit together. That's not what this conversation was. So I was kind of taken aback because did we start pointing fingers when we started answering this question? Because it was the ladies giving information saying what was what. Now, here's one thing I want to say. This might be a little bit off of what sis was saying, but we've told the story up here. Bub and I replayed it out, if y'all remember, when we were like, all right, let's do the fake phone call, right? Where he called me like he got the slide pregnant in the hood and what he should do. We played it out and it was a role play. It was cool. But remember we said that dude don't want that kid. I told you my man Fuego Boss said when his ugly joint got pregnant, he became pro-abortion. And again, this is the stuff that's actually happening. So I understand what sis is saying because men don't want the kids by who they don't want the kids by. Again, I'm not saying this is mutually exclusive to what sis is saying, but I'm just thinking about that point, having real conversations in real life. When you get the wrong woman pregnant, men ain't they ain't pushing her to have that baby. You may keep quiet. You might dance around it. You might say, "Oh, let me know if you need anything," with your fingers crossed behind your back, hoping she make a different decision. You may not be saying it out loud, but that happens when you get the wrong woman pregnant because you're just having sex. What's it called? Recreationally. I mean, if you don't get it, you won't get it. But if you had those conversations before, I know I have. So I get where sis was coming with that, but I'm not sure. I'm just thinking, was it misplaced? Let me keep going. That was just kind of a brain, like a thought I had. Let's keep going. Yes. You think the responsibility is on the men for shooting the sperm?
Absolutely.
in terms of the pregnancy?
Absolutely. But you're
Okay,
letting it
so
go for if you don't have no intentions for it.
this part, what's the reality? Well, one, what I'm hearing from sis is the expectation is that if you don't want to have a baby, don't come in her. Wear your condom. Is that the expectation? Does that make sense? Now, what's the reality? And maybe I need to drop the link, but what's the reality? Does the expectation of if you don't want to get her pregnant, don't come in her, wear a condom, should the reality match that? Or is the reality like niggas don't like, nobody likes condoms. So if she lets you slide without the condom, cats is sliding and don't nobody want to pull out. Is that the reality? Think about that for a second. Is what I just said the reality? If you sliding in something you don't want, right? If you slide into something you don't want to get pregnant, you slide without a condom because condoms suck. And it's hard and you don't want to pull out because pulling out sucks. Is that the reality? But think about that shit from for a second. And yeah, Darren, you're right. They get pregnant pulling out, you know, whatever, right? Not whatever, not casting a point aside. I understand that. But if that's the reality, is the reality fucked up? And should we lean towards the expectation? Because when sis was talking, it sounds wild as shit what she's saying. But pull yourself back for a second. If the reality is we hate condoms, I'm sliding. If my pullout game is trash and I know it, should we align with the expectation that sis laid out? And should the expectation become the reality? Damn. And I'm asking y'all to take this walk with me. I'm not trying to sound crazy or nothing like that. I'm considering what the fuck she's saying. Let me hold myself accountable. If when I was outside, if I could slide without the rubber, it was a large percentage chance that I was sliding without the rubber. Knowing I don't want them kids. Yo, that. So I'm asking y'all, is this the reality? Put a 1 in the chat. Nah, Sean, I'm not stopping using outside, bro. Sorry. So the lambskin shit is really trash. Some dude. but think about this. The 1 in the chat, fellas. Is it true that you gonna if your man's, the people around you, the men you know, yourself, was you sliding without that condom? Put a 1 in the chat. And Ronnie, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if she ain't asking you and she ain't pushing you, and I'm saying you, feel me? But are you sliding without the condom? And then if we are, Miles, I hear you. You know. So if you know you slide without the condom and you shouldn't, you know your pullout game trash, right? If we being honest. D-Town, you put your 2 already, bro. You can't fool me. I'm counting. Right? You know you slide without the condom, your pullout game trash. And then sis said the expectation is strap up or don't have sex with her raw. Sis saying should be the expectation, and then the reality is what we saying it is. Does she have a point there? Is all I'm asking. She wilding. I'm not saying I ain't even fit. I gotta press play again. But I'm just thinking about that one line right there and how we actually live it out as men. I ain't even talking about the women yet, Marcus. I'm talking about the decision we make when it's time to get busy. When the heat is on. That shit crazy, bro. I'm guilty. Now, Alex, I ain't saying you, I hear y'all. I'm breaking it down though, Alex. We breaking this shit down together, So if we putting ones in the chat because we know how we living it out, I'm just breaking down that one line and thinking like, yo, damn, the expectations are something we aren't meeting is all I'm saying. And the reality is we wilding. Interesting. Okay. And so are you believe, well, let me ask you a question. You heard of that thing, My Body, My Choice?
It is what it is. Yeah,
no, but do you agree with that?
Believe it? I don't. Yeah. I don't really think it all that deep into that mess because people say what other people want to hear.
No, you know what I'm saying? My body,
or
my
people
choice.
Say what, or people go with what everybody else is saying. My body, my choice. Shut up. We know it's your choice.
What I'm saying is, if you're saying it's on the men, should that change also? Where men should have say so over women's body? I don't know nothing about that.
All I know is the facts. You guys say stick to the facts, right? The sperm has to meet the egg, right? You have to shoot it up in the woman, right? That's just the fact. That's conception, right? So it can't happen. It can't happen without the sperm meeting the egg. No, so we want to talk.
You can tell right here. Sis ain't listening to nothing I'm saying. She said, I don't know nothing about that. I'm just sticking to the facts. Sis ain't listening to me, period. That's what's happening right here.
Talk about facts. That's just a fact.
All right, so slow down. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you a proponent of my body, my choice?
I don't know nothing about that.
So what that means? So what that means? No. So what that means is women have 100% say so as if that child is actually born or not.
But that's a given. That's a given.
Well, what I'm saying is, should that change if you're saying it's 100% on the men in terms of when the insemination happens?
It's 100% on you if you letting your sperm go up in that lady.
What I'm asking is should he have say so as if that child is born or not as well?
He already said so. You shooting it.
Okay, so you're saying that he lost his say so once he came inside of her.
You already said so when you laid down and made that decision. And that's what I can't take away from you, men. By no means. I can't take that away. You lay down with somebody, you don't pull out, or you don't wear a condom, that's on you.
What do y'all think of that point? That you made your decision when you decided to ejaculate in there. Is that invalid? That you made your choice after you bust that nut. B Sammy was popping. You made that choice when you bust that raw nut in there. When you know that your pullout game ain't 100% effective. Did you make that choice in terms of whether or not that baby is born? Is that when we give up is that when we make our choice there in terms of my body, my choice? You bust that nut up in her. Do you use your like, is that the choice you made? Damn. I want to say no. I want to say no. But should I be saying no? Damn, hey, walk. That's what he said. You made your choice not to have a choice by busting that nut. Damn. And Lionel, that's what I'm saying. I understand that point. I'm not talking about the women right now. I'm talking about us. I'm talking to y'all about us, about our action. So if I bust a nut, I don't know if she on birth control or not. Am I basically rolling that dice? Knowing what I know, knowing the circumstances, understand child support, family court. I don't have no say so over her body. I know all these things exist in the earth right now. So if I know all these things exist in the earth, I know all the horror stories, and then I bust a nut anyway, am I making my choice? Let's keep it a buck. I'm just thinking, if I know all that shit, I don't need nobody to argue their stance. I need y'all to understand what it is I'm assessing. I want to say no, just like I've been saying no. But we know shit ain't equal. I go out at night. I could come back in the house at 4 a.m. My wife bring her ass home around 11 o'clock at the absolute latest. It just let's keep it a bean though. I'm busting a nut. I know family court fucks me over. I know we get the short end of the stick, in all facets of that. I know that these women, who knows what they gonna go. I know they not letting us see our kids. But I bust that nut anyway. I'm talking about us. I don't give a fuck about what the women is doing. Let's keep it a buck. If I bust that nut, am I making my choice right there to be void of options? Like, yo, I understand. I want to say no. I want to say, yo, I want to be a part of to see if you do what or not. Had a baby or not, abort the baby or not. That's what we arguing for. Damn. Yo, and that's what I'm saying, Darren. We already know life ain't fair. What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander, bro. The shit I do, my wife can't do. And the shit that my wife does, those I don't have those options. It was on so-called Columbus Day. She like, oh, I can't make the phone calls right now. I'm off and etc. What the fuck you talking about? That's a $10,000 job. Give me the phone. Give a damn about no so-called holiday? Fuck you ever said I don't feel good, I ain't going to work? Let's see what else this say.
Bump whatever happens after that. You gotta risk it all because you risked it all. That's just
okay.
fact.
So you're saying that she's void of responsibility. It's 100% on him.
What do you mean? That's after the fact. That's after.
No, what I'm saying is during sex, right, without the condom, etc. She's void of responsibility. It's 100% on him. If he decides he goes in there raw.
No, you both did that.
Okay, so you're saying it's on the man and the woman?
Yes, some both.
So
and especially the man.
So you're saying it's more on the man?
You have the meaning if you have this thought, if you have the thought that you might not want to have a baby with this lady, why are you laying down with her?
Okay. And do her thoughts matter at all?
You both are making a choice to have this baby. I can't. I'm
Okay.
not gonna be tripped up on that. I'm done.
Well, no, you're not done. So, question. You're saying, 'cause I just want to make sure I'm clear on your stance. I'm not even fighting it. I just want to understand it because you saying it. So
I'm
I want to
not
make
fighting
sure.
either. I just said
I'm
what
just
I
going to make
wanted
sure
to
that you
say, and that's
assess
what I
you
wanted to
what you
say.
saying is all of it, like you addressing all of it. And so you
I,
don't. So you
that's
think it's
all
a.
of it.
So you think it's a talking point also that women control access to sex, or you think that's a real thing?
I don't want to go down that road. I said what I said about conception. That's where I'm at this
Yeah,
moment.
but in terms of sex, though, right? Because you were saying that he chose to have sex. So I'm wondering who controls the access to the sex happening in the first place.
You both made a decision, laid down, and had sex.
Okay, but then because he shoots the sperm, it's more on him. Just to be clear.
You laid down and had sex. You deal with the consequences. Period.
But so
Both
you're saying
parties.
it's
Both parties. Both
okay
parties.
equally?
If you want it to be equal, yeah, it's equal.
No, I'm asking that what you're saying.
I'm saying both parties are full responsibility and have to take full consequences because you both took the risk of having a child.
Okay, and because initially you said it was more on the men, but now you're saying both equally.
No, well, I'm saying equally overall. But for the men, you can't take the onus off self. If you lay down and shoot up the club, you cannot do that. That doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying.
Well, should he have purview in telling her to keep the child or not, sis?
If he wants to, yes.
So he should make
Actually, I'm talking about actually going through and having a baby. I'm not going down these rabbit holes of what that the talking points.
her. Okay,
I'm
so they
saying
made a decision to keep it, and he should be responsible.
they both made the decision when they laid down together and did not protect themselves.
But if
That's
he
when
don't want,
That's a point that sis made right there that we not considering. All that I don't know if we missed, but sis is not even so sis. What she's saying is she pro-life. So all that having a baby or not is not even a consideration. She know the baby's coming. Take responsibility. That's what she's saying right there. So I get what she's saying. She not even talking. There is no option. The baby's coming once you bust that nut. So now it's your responsibility just as much as it is hers. That's what she's saying right there. Yeah, because abortion isn't an option. So she's using the wrong terminology. So she sounds nuts, talking about rabbit hole, this, that, and the third. But the child is a potential consequence of sex. You know that going in. Pleasure is one aspect. Conception is another. And because you're not going in there to have a child doesn't mean that probability isn't there. So then to make the argument to say I wasn't doing it for a child, but you know, child is a byproduct of sex. When you raw dogging it, you pulling out slow because you want to get that last stroke. Otherwise, it fuck your nut up. Keep it real. Y'all know. You try to get that last one, or else if you pull out too early, it don't feel the same. Stop playing with me. Yeah, Marcus, and that's the thing, right? And I had to play a little bit longer because I just heard it too. I'm like, oh, boom, 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 boom. She ain't considering no abortion, so all that shit don't even matter to her. And my brothers in the chat, including you, Marcus, because you know the truth, we know that that also isn't a possibility. And sis brought the Bible and all that other shit. She don't read no damn Bible, right? But she had I don't know. I don't really want to go into that. She ain't really had no point. But if you want the verse, I'll give it to you. But so there's a verse that says if two men are fighting, right? And let's say the man, one of the man's wife is standing there, and the man that is not his wife, if he hits her, right, and she loses the baby, his penalty can be whatever the father decides, especially if the baby passes away or is hurt significantly. It can be up to him also having his life taken, hurting that baby that's within the mom. I'll give y'all the verse if you want it, right? But it does, you know, so there's shit there, like, you know, so sis not even thinking about aborting no babies. Damn, we missed it. I missed it. Cause I'm like, yo, she wilding, talking about rabbit holes, etc., etc. But that's where she was standing. Hey, yo, y'all doing a good job in the chat, man. I see y'all listening too, and hopefully my breakdowns are resonating. Even my brother Marcus gonna stick up for his brothers, point blank, period. But even said, oh, okay, I see it. She just be talking crazy.
The baby, and the baby is now in her stomach.
What I'm saying to Ro is, let me finish. The decision is made once you lay down raw.
That's what she's saying. So the expectation is what? The expectation is what sis is painting is, don't go in that bitch. Not saying she's a bitch. I'm saying don't go in a vagina raw. Right? Don't go in a vagina raw. Trying to use this pullout game that we know can be shaky as hell. And then get mad when she have or don't have the baby. She's saying that's the decision. And at sis point's not even have or don't have. She's saying that baby coming. But what's the reality? We going in raw. We pulling out late, hoping for the best. And that sounds fucking stupid. And I was a proponent of that for a long time. We ain't meeting the expectation. Damn, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that right button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I got you, Marcus. What's up, Jack Quinn? What's up, Lauren? Let me make sure I get these out the way. Dada. RBN. What's poppin'? OG says best breakdown man in the business. DJ Hant. Thank you. I appreciate that. Means a lot to me. Enos became a member for the 10th time. My brother Chris with the $5 says, Hant, where we go wrong as men is busting down chicks whom we have no intentions of marrying and have not thoroughly vetted in the first place.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
You keep this one.
Perfect.
Joseph Prince with the $2 sticker. Appreciate you.
Perfect.
Harambe Jack in the building already. What's up, Jack? What the 20 ball says, if women didn't want to get pregnant, why are they having raw fun with strangers on one day on one a day she can get pregnant? Women can only get pregnant 6 days out the month. Don't women know their bodies? 6 days, ladies.
Wow.
Yeah. Yo, Jack, salute to you. I wasn't even talking about the women. Like I haven't even addressed the women. I know all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know in terms of, yeah, we on YouTube too. Yeah, I wasn't even talking about the women at all, Jack. And I like the silo it because I'm talking to my brothers, you feel me? And the women are listening. And I'm super excited to see the fellas in the chat like, yo, I did that wild shit. I banked on rolling the dice. I was wilding. And then once sis says she no, man, I got 2 sets of twins, bro. That's how I expedited so quick. But and then when they knew sis ain't even considering abortion, because that's not even a thing. The brothers in the chat, brothers I respect, like, you know what? She got a point. That's why it's so important that we had this conversation. And then if the women are listening, cool. We ain't fucking delusional. We know if we wildin'. So I just want to say that out loud. You know what I mean? I just want to say it out loud. You feel me? Because that's real. And of course we can use what we always say, right? You control access to sex. Do not spread your legs for a man you have no intentions for. Your body is a temple, the whole 9 yards. If you believe in soul ties, you got to be careful with who you tie your soul to. If you require marriage and women require marriage, as a whole, men would get married because sex is still a goal. So we know all those things. We can say all those things, but we never said this shit before in this way. At least I haven't. Let me say that. I ain't speaking for the millions of people on YouTube. But with my brothers in the chat right now, did we have that conversation? And I'm telling you, when I drop the link, I'm cleaning niggas' clocks. They come up here with some stupid ass talking points. Because we already said what we talking about here. But yeah, I know all the shit. I know all the shit about what women need to do. That's a fact though. And we said it last night. I'm just looking at what sis said. And for my brother Sean, I ain't gonna say outside. If you was wilding, put a 1 in the chat. I'll put the 1 in the chat first. I know I was wilding. Damn, man. Hit the like button, man. Let me check. We got 250 people in here. We have 123 likes. Not terrible. I had to change it from my brother Sean. He said, don't say outside no more. If you was wild. Ladies, now here's where y'all get to learn, Lauren. Were the brothers doing a bunch of deflecting? Did they listen and say, okay, I'm gonna listen objectively, regardless of how I want it to be, and say, you know what? Sis got a point. Who the fuck want to say sis got a point? Oh my God, man. Damn. Sis got a point. Who the fuck want to say that? Damn, yo. Miles, I think if they, yes, Miles, I do. So I got a few more, and we out.